It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
This is a response to the MAGA supporters who are in my previous video talking about the fact that this is a Democrat shutdown. It's not a Republican shutdown. First, you're just wrong. It's a Republican shutdown because you own the House, the Senate, the
Hit that like button because we own the House and the Senate and the
presidency, and you own the Supreme Court as well. You own all areas of the government. So it's your responsibility. It's the Republican responsibility. Mike Johnson just shut everything down and sent everybody away because he doesn't want to swear in the final representative who was elected, who will open up the vote for the Epstein files to be released.
Mike Big Johnson is not opening up the government for nothing. Not Schumer, not that Jeffries character, not AOC, not unless they want to come up and sign this big, beautiful, clean deal.
That's issue number one. Issue number two is that I do believe that Trump is excited to leave all of the
Donald Trump
SNAP benefits on the bench and not put them out for people who are in need. That would be 42 million people who are in need of SNAP benefits, because he's dying for people to rise up and go start fighting.
Donald Trump he helped 600,000 people get off of SNAP benefits this year.
For anything and everything, but especially making people desperate because they're trying to feed their families. And if they get desperate, they'll do desperate things. And he can't wait to start martial law so that he can then say, we're not having this.
Tomorrow, everybody with snaps is going to the grocery stores to loot. That's what them Democrats and them liberals and them far lefts and them Marxists and those Antifa, they like to steal. Like they stole the government.
2026 elections, because that's what he really doesn't want to have happen. The real issue that the Democrats are fighting for, and you can find this in the New York Times today, is the expiration of the subsidies for the health care benefits for
the New York Times is liberal.
For the ACA or Obamacare. For those of you who don't know, the ACA is Obamacare. It's the same thing. So for those of you who don't understand,
I don't want Obamacare. I take ACA over Obamacare any day.
That healthcare.gov is Obamacare. They are the same thing. I know that's hard for you to understand. It's been a decade now, and y'all are still having trouble understanding that. But it's the same thing, okay? The New York Times is reporting that 30% will be the average increase of everybody who has healthcare programs through the ACA or Obamacare. 30% is the average. I have friends whose insurance, they've already gotten their letter from them, and it says they're going to go up from $750 a month to $4,000 a month.
I ain't no mathematician, but that's more than 30%. If we go from 700 to 4,000, see, that's why these liberals, they can't get their math straight. They just be lying to you. That's why you gotta watch them closely, because they'll sneak up on you and they'll steal your votes. They'll go to the polls with the illegals and the dead people who are voting in California, in Portland, in Toronto, and all those states.
$48,000 a year will be their health insurance for two people. Two people. Who do you know that can pay $48,000 a year for their health insurance?
I don't know about y'all, but this liberal woman is boring as hell. Let's get to another one.
Republicans don't plan to give up power in 2026 or 2028. Steve Bannon said the quiet part out loud. MAGA revealed their supervillain plot by telling the world that Trump isn't leaving. Our democratic norms are actively being dismantled at an alarming rate. The 22nd Amendment limits a president to 2 terms. Bannon dismissed the amendment and said there are many different alternatives and legal workarounds to ensure Trump
2028, America, baby.
Trump remains in office in 2028. The intellectual core of this movement links white nationalism to authoritarianism. Bannon has cited right-wing authoritarian leader Viktor Orban of Hungary as a model for his current plan. The Orban model includes single-party rule and control over the judiciary and media. It also includes capture of the culture and public education and widespread xenophobia and anti-immigrant sentiment. Meanwhile, our biggest corporations are in bed with these white nationalists. They're completely complicit. America, we're heading down a dangerous path. What is the world prepared?
You know what I don't like about this guy? I don't like his rhetoric or his haircut. Look at this. You gotta have one of these. Well, beautiful, beautiful American long hair. I don't know what this Nazi haircut is and his dangerous rhetoric talking about saving democracy. The Democrat Schumer shutdown is not saving democracy. Neither is that haircut.
Prepared to do to save democracy.
All they have to do is say, the government is...
Trump, baby. Trump 2028. We finally got him, baby. Y'all vote 2028.
open, and that's the end of it. And, you know, law...
Republicans.
All they have to do is say, the government is open, and that's the end of it. And, you know, largely, when you talk about SNAP, you're talking about largely Democrats. But I'm president. I want to help everybody. I want to help Democrats and Republicans. But when you're talking about SNAP, if you look, it's largely Democrats. They're hurting their own people. All they have to do is say...
It's largely Democrats. You hear that? See, because listen, I don't know if y'all know this, but 50% of welfare recipients are poor people. Poor white people. 25% is poor blacks. And all of them are Democrats. That is not true. That is not true. All those red areas of land that voted for Trump are poor people. All of it. 90% of America is poor. Okay? It don't make sense. But MAGA Mike gonna make it make sense.
The government is open, and that's the end of it. And, you know, largely, when you talk about SNAP, you're talking about largely Democrats. But I'm president. I want to help everybody. I want to help Democrats and Republicans. But
you see how he had to let us know that he was president as if we forgot? We didn't forget Donald Trump as our president. But he had to let us know again. Okay, sometimes I don't understand what he be saying, but I understand what he be saying. You know what I'm saying?
Millions of Americans, as of tomorrow, will no longer receive SNAP and potentially WIC or even a paycheck. Democrats have instigated a disgusting dereliction of duty unlike anything I have seen in all my...
I don't know what the hell dereliction is, but she better not use that with us MAGA folks. She too uppity. We don't like that. We don't like that. I'm gonna have to drop a dime on her, get her up out of here. You gotta use more words like, you know, stupendous or something. Derelict. We don't know what that is. It's a word salad. We don't eat word salad here in the South. Nope.
Paycheck. Democrats have instigated a disgusting dereliction of duty unlike anything I have seen in all my years doing this work, all to favor illegal aliens and other radical far-left policies that benefit only a small, tiny sliver of their base. I am embarrassed for Chuck Schumer.
I thought it was all Democrats. See, our president said it's going to hurt all the Democrats. She just said it's only a small sliver. So which one is it? Is it everybody or is it just a small sliver? Somebody lied. And we're going to get to the bottom of it.
He is going out of his way to please the likes of Zohran Mamdani, a man who is polarizing America with his socialist rhetoric and anti-American principles. The very essence of government responsibility is to the citizens who live and work here to protect their interests first, unless you are a Democrat in the United States Senate. Chuck Schumer and the Democrats are doing all this because they fear the socialists and the radicals to their left. Ironically, in leaving American families hungry and American children without food, they are giving a preview of what those socialists will do to every one of us if they ever take power.
The Democrats are evil. America, baby.
But I want to begin first with just a word of sincere gratitude. Across this country, we've got millions of federal workers who have been showing up at the office every day without pay. This has drug on for a month now. Those federal workers have shown up for a month straight, not knowing when or if their next paycheck will be delivered.
I like how Mike Johnson act like he ain't got shit to do with the government shutdown. Like, fool, you are part of the problem. But he don't get it, though. You'll hear it first from MAGA Mike.
They're doing their jobs, and they're doing it valiantly, while the Senate Democrats simply refuse to do their job. Their most simple and basic responsibility is to keep the government in operation so that we can keep the services flowing to the American people and keep the country moving. But they're not doing that. So we just want to say to these federal workers, like the hundreds of civilian employees who are also spread throughout the country, like the ones in my district, for example, at the Bain Jones Army Community Hospital down at Fort Polk, our big Army base there. We just want to say thank you for your diligence, for doing your job, for your service to the country.
Thank you, BG Floyd, for the $2. We appreciate it. America, baby. Shout out to MAGA Mike. Y'all doing this for MAGA Mike. I gotta go buy me another 6-pack of Michelob after this. Now let's get back to Mike Big Johnson. What the fuck? Oh, free health care for illegals. The Schumer shutdown. It's on and popping, big dog. It's on and popping. What I do?
Even though Democrats are withholding your paycheck, they are shameless in doing so. But I want to begin first with just a word of